Hello, I'm Chief Olson, and with us in the WIOA TV studios, someone I'm sure all of you know, Captain Gneckow. This is the eve of your change of command, and we have some questions that the crew would be interested in knowing the answers to. And this first question is going to be a three-part one. The feelings that you have at this time, because it is drawing to a close, an era in your naval career, and if given the opportunity, would you have done anything differently? And also, do you feel you've accomplished the goals that you've set for yourself?
Well, I have a lot of feelings about departing, turning the ship over to a new commanding officer. First of all, a certain feeling of sadness in leaving this great ship and not being able to share in the future successes and achievements of the crew. Of course, I leave with a great deal of pride in both the ship and the crew, and I leave with the knowledge that this crew will continue to be successful and will support the new commanding officer in the same way that they've supported me. Would I do anything differently? Well, one thing I would do differently would be to ensure that the prospective commanding officer didn't know the location of the ship, so he couldn't come here to relieve me. Now, the last part of the question was?
Do you feel that you have accomplished the goals that you set for yourself?
I really didn't set any goals for myself. The goals that I set were for the ship and for the crew, and those goals have been achieved, not only to my satisfaction, but the goals that you set for yourself and achieved exceeded every expectation or dream that I could have had.
There's a lot of interest in regards to what is going to be your next job, and also what are you aware of as being your specific responsibilities for that job? Where is the job going to be?
The official title of the assignment is Deputy Director of the National Military Command Center. That's a fancy term for watchstander. I'll be a watchstander in the National Military Command Center, where I will be the leader of a 30-man team composed of all of the military services as well as civilians. And our primary job will be to monitor the world situation, keep the Joint Chiefs of Staff and our chain of command advised.
Would you say, by comparison, the responsibilities naturally are going to be different by comparison? Would there be anything additional that you could see as being a challenge in this new assignment? By the way, where is it? Is it going to be in Washington, D.C.?
It'll be in Washington at the Pentagon. And I'm sure it will be a challenging job. It'll be something new for me. It'll give me an opportunity to broaden my perspective about Navy and military operations in general and the U.S. policies globally.
How will it compare with being captain of the battleship? Would there be some similarities in that regard? What would those be?
I can't think of any. There is no job that could possibly compare with being captain of the battleship.
The battleship program itself, from your perspective, what do you see as the possible changes occurring in that, or in regard to the battleship program's progress? Is it still going to be going on from the information you have?
Well, certainly. There are only 4 Iowa-class battleships. 2 of them are already in commission. The USS Missouri will be commissioned on the 10th of May. The USS Wisconsin will be commissioned probably in late 1988. So that will fill out and complete the battleship reactivation and modernization program. What we will do with those 4 ships remains to be seen. Of course, the crew knows that 2 of them will be homeported on the West Coast and 2 on the East Coast, with the USS Iowa eventually destined to be homeported in Staten Island, New York, probably around September 1988. We are working at this time to develop programs, procedures, and tactics that in which a battle group might be employed. For example, this year, the USS New Jersey will deploy with escorts to take the normal deployment rotation of an aircraft carrier. We can anticipate that might be in the wind for USS Iowa. It's certainly being discussed at high levels at this time. And the success that we have enjoyed in the past, the successes that we will enjoy in the future in these kinds of operations, like Fleet X, will probably be a strong element in the final determination of how the battleship might be used in the Mediterranean, Indian Ocean, or the North Atlantic.
In regard to the battleship Wisconsin, has it been solidly decided that Corpus Christi, Texas is going to be the home port for that, or is that still a tentative home port?
Well, that's the Secretary of the Navy announced that would be the home port. I think that the final decision may still be pending a impact statement, environmental impact statement, but that's certainly our intention. There are many things that could impact on that, the Graham-Rudman legislation, future monies and assets available, but that's certainly the plan at this time.
We have a major evolution in store for Battleship Iowa. We will be, as you know, part of the INR, the International Naval Review in New York City. Do you think you're going to have the opportunity to be in New York City for that event?
Unfortunately, I will not have the opportunity to be in New York for the INR, and it really would be anticlimactic to go and view the INR without being on board Iowa anyway.
I can understand that. In retrospect, would you consider, what would you consider to be the most unique experience that you've had while being captain of Battleship Iowa?
Does my wife get to see this?
Well, we could hold that up for reviews.
There have been a number of unique experiences in the 3 years that I've been here. I think I'd have to say, though, that the one that I will remember the longest are the broadsides, the battleship firepower demonstrations, which make such an impact on all viewers.
One final question, and this is one that I'm particularly interested in myself. When are you going to put on your star?
My orders authorize me to put on my star when I am detached. So officially, when I walk off the ship, I'll walk off as a rear admiral, lower half. But I want the crew to know that I feel very strongly that star belongs to them, not me.
And in conclusion, is there something that you would like to say to the crew specifically?
Yes. To our crew, I'd like to say, you made my day, every day, for 3 years. Thanks. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Captain. This has been a unique experience for me, and on behalf of the crew and the staff and the management of WIOA-TV, thank you, and the best of everything in your future career.
Thank you.